Welcome everyone inside the broadcast booth alongside Joel Pelachik. I'm Jake Bowen. Joel, let's start with the visiting Miami Hurricanes, Cam Ward and company. A win today would mean a trip to the ACC championship game against SMU. What do the Hurricanes need to do to get there?
Well, Jake, here's a question for you. Who is leading the NCAA in passing yards? It is not Cam Ward. It is Kyle McCord for the Orange. And if you're Miami, you got to make him uncomfortable. You got to get in his head. You got to make him see ghosts. I go back to the Pitt game where he threw 5 interceptions. You have to get him out of his comfort zone. You have to make him throw those dangerous passes, and you just got to shut down that passing offense.
Let's stay with Syracuse now, Joel. A chance for their first top 10 win since 2017 against number 2 Clemson. And if they can pull it off today, they have a chance at a 10-win season for Fran Brown in year 1. That would be the first time since 2018. What does Syracuse need to do, Joel, to keep that momentum?
They have to do the exact opposite of what I just said. If you're recording the offense, you got to spread the ball around. You don't want to have one primary guy. You want to get the ball to Gadsden, Meeks, Pena, and especially that jack of all trades. You want to get it to LaQuint Allen outside of the backfield in the receiving game, and you flip it to the Hurricanes offense. Cam Ward will make plays. It's inevitable. He's a playmaker. It's what he does, Jake. But if you can get in his head and, force him to make some downfield throws that are dangerous, he tends to do that with how special he is. He thinks he can make every throw. You got to force him into some tight windows, maybe opportunities for some turnovers.
Let's send it down to the field now. Joel, Fran Brown has turned this team around in year 1.
Yeah, Fran Brown has been great thus far, 8-3 for Syracuse, and he's got winning in his blood, Jake. Defensive backs coach at Georgia, won a national championship there, and now he's got 2 ranked wins under his belt at Syracuse.
It'll be Cam Ward and the Miami Hurricanes in the shotgun to start from their own 25. It'll be Ward. The handoff will go to Damian Martinez. Look at this offensive line, push him through a gain of about 6. It'll bring up a 2nd and 4. And Joel, Cam Ward's been unstoppable this year.
Listen, this guy is in the Heisman talk for a reason. You see on the screen, top 4 in FBS in passing yards and passing touchdowns. Jake, this guy is special.
And both of those marks are a Miami Hurricane single-season passing record. And he's going to be a top 5 pick in the NFL draft, trying to get the Miami Hurricanes into an ACC championship spot. I'll take the snap on 2nd and 4. Fire left side, just outside the outstretched hand of Elijah Arroyo, the junior out of Texas. And Joel, Cam Ward, he doesn't miss those passes.
Right, and it looked like Arroyo had a step on Deuce Chestnut, and we see a rare misfire from Ward, floats it a little too far.
How about a coach on the other side who's turned his team around? Mario Cristobal, 10-win season for him. He's been improving every year.
Had success at Oregon, comes to Miami, 2 seasons of struggles, and now 10 wins.
Yeah, and another thing to add is a 56% third down conversion. They lead the whole nation, and that's so, by those statistics, they're going to get this third down here, maybe.
Pick it up, right.
Cam Ward in the shotgun now. 1 second on the play clock. Just gets the snap off. Good offensive line. Good protection. Rolls out to his right. Fires far sideline, and it's caught. Jacoby George, and he's got it down to the 50. A big chunk play for the senior out of Florida, and moves the chains for the Hurricanes.
Jake, I like what you did there. What were we just talking about? This guy's special. Recognizes the pocket is collapsing, extends the play, rolls out to his right, and finds an open man.
1st and 10, Miami going quickly, and the play action, it's Xavier Restrepo. He's one of our Papa John impact players we'll get to in a second. He's got the all-time receiving yards record for the Hurricanes.
That's a great sign. If you're Cristobal, you want his name called early, and that's exactly what they're doing.
And Miami pushing the pace here, upping their tempo, 1st and 10. It'll be a delayed handoff. Now it's Fletcher Jr. on the field. And Fletcher Jr. gets about 3, maybe 2. It'll be 3 on the carry. Fletcher Jr., one of those guys, 5.4 yards per carry, 10th in the ACC, and he's the running back, too, for the Hurricanes.
Underrated, man. You got Martinez, who's a star of the show for good reason, but Fletcher, as we've seen thus far, he's a workhorse.
Yeah, and one of the reasons why he's that good is because this Miami team, 45 points per game on offense. And now with Cam Ward, 2nd and 8. He's in the shotgun. This loud Syracuse fans, the JMA Wireless Dome. It's a dome. It's going to be loud here. Biggest game this season for Syracuse by far, and trying to get to 9-3, 5-3 in the ACC. It'll be Ward on 2nd and 8. He'll take the snap. Ward, good protection. He's going to fire over the middle for Fletcher, who gets tackled by Grant, but stretches forward for the first down. Miami keeps the ball moving.
Taking a look at this, fantastic protection up front. This offensive line, Ward has all the time in the world, and just an easy pitch and catch to Fletcher, who extends for the first down.
And Fletcher stays on the field. Martinez was only in for the first play. Fletcher in the backfield now at the 27-yard line. First down and 10 for the Hurricanes, coming up on almost 3 minutes in the first quarter. Ward in the shotgun. He'll take the snap. He'll give back to Martinez. Martinez having some room. Martinez trying to get to the outside. Devin Grant pushes him in. Marlowe Wax Jr. finishes the tackle. Miami's in the red zone. Another monster carry for Fletcher.
Yeah, Fletcher, man. It's tough with two great running backs, and Fletcher he's been great today.
Yeah, and another one of our Papa John impact players. How about Rodney Gadsden?
We talked about Restrepo. Here's Gadsden. Leads Syracuse all-time tight ends for receptions and receiving yards. Outstanding player.
Yeah, 2nd and 1 for Miami. See Restrepo closing in on another 1,000-yard season. 10 touchdowns for him. A 2nd and 1 for Miami. It'll be Fletcher. He stays on the field. He'll get the first down inside the 15. Nice offensive line push.
You know, this is scary if I'm the Syracuse defense. Very balanced attack for the Hurricanes. You know they're going to pass it, but they've been running it well, too. You got to find an answer here.
And they're having success. Why? Because they're hurrying up. Here's another hurry up. Play action. It's Ward. Fires end zone. Incomplete. Restrepo. Maybe too tight of a coverage there by the corner, Davian Kerr.
You know, Kerr had tight coverage there. I'm fine with the flag, with the call, but they got to keep him consistent as the game goes on.
Yeah, it'll be pass interference. And Joel, you said it earlier, matchups are the name of football, and Davian Kerr, freshman, on Xavier Restrepo, a senior, one of the best.
Right. You got a freshman, inexperienced guy, obviously pushes Restrepo into the dirt a little bit there. That's a flag 10 times out of 10. But you're taking that matchup 10 times out of 10. Veteran Restrepo.
And now Miami has the ball at the 2-yard line. They're moving this ball down the field. Just under 11 minutes to go in quarter number 1. And Cam Ward this time will go under center. It'll be Fletcher in the backfield again. He's been on the field a lot on the first drive. And Ward will give to Fletcher. Fletcher churning, pounding into the end zone. A tough, maybe an angry run for the touchdown. For the moment, though, a flag down on the field. But if it stands, if it's on the defense, it'll be 6-0 Miami. We have our referee, Adam Soverer, and it'll be offside on the defense. Penalty will be declined. And Miami on the board first. Joel, David Fletcher, another monster run for him. I think, he's been playing a lot more than Damian, especially on this first drive, because of those power runs.
Right, great vision here. You see Murad Watson for Syracuse get in there, and Fletcher bounces it outside. And Arroyo in there with the block, too, pushes himself forward. And, Fletcher tells Marlowe Max, how you doing, man? Into the end zone. Wax, excuse me.
Andy Bargala is on for the extra point. 97% on the XP. He gets it through. And the Hurricanes off to an amazing start. A touchdown on their first drive. 7-0 Hurricanes in the final ACC week, trying to get to that championship game.
Jake, this Miami offense has been successful. You see touchdown on the opening drive for the 5th consecutive game. Here's the kick. And it looks like it'll be a touchback. McCord and that offense will come out at the 25.
Yeah, McCord, first in the nation in passing yards. The reason for that, Joel, he's got 3 crazy guys to throw to.
Everyone eats at this table, Jake. Trevor Pena, Gadsden, Meeks, Quinn Allen, all of them.
And to round it off, head coach Fran Brown, the most ever wins in a year one for Syracuse program history.
And here's that man, Kyle McCord, 470 last week versus UConn. Those are some big boy numbers.
Seems like it's a weekly occurrence.
Empty set McCord in the shotgun. Looks right to Gadsden, who gets the first down. Tough hit right there, but he rumbles forward for first.
We mentioned impact players. Here's one of them, Arande Gadsden making an impact on the first play.
Seeing him early, just like Restrepo. There's Gadsden, great season. Here's McCord, hands it off to LaQuint Allen, who gets maybe 3, and he's just stuffed by Ahmad Moten Sr. and that defensive front for the Hurricanes. 2nd and 7 for the Orange.
Yeah, it's a defensive front for Miami that really had high expectations coming into the season. Ruben Baines Jr., number 4, was supposed to be one of the best in the ACC, but had injury earlier in the season for him.
There's Fran Brown again. Great success here thus far. LaQuint Allen motioning, gets the handoff, bounces it outside, and picks up maybe 2. That is Maui Noah on the hit, and he's going to be flying around today, Jake.
Yeah, Francisco Maui Noah, a incredible brother story with his brother Francis on the other side on the offensive line, but Maui Noah, leads the league in tackles by a wide margin, let's say.
3rd and 4 for the Orange. McCord in the shotgun again. Allen to his left. See Pena in motion, right to left. He's looking that way, and he's going to hit Pena across the middle for a huge gain. Taken down by Maui Noah, but gets to the 45 for the Orange.
Yeah, when you have these weapons, Kyle McCord has a variety of guys to throw to. Here's Pena making an impact early. He's been a very good slot receiver. He's got career highs all around for him.
They all get to eat, right? We got Gadsden, we got Pena, we got Allen. We got them all, Jake.
Yeah, you see Trevor Pena, career highs, receptions, yards, touchdowns. He's just been amazing for Syracuse this season.
1st down and 10 at the 45 of the Hurricanes for the Orange. Gill in motion right to left. McCord takes the snap. Looking that way to Gill, and there is Gill, 5-yard gain. That is Wesley Bassett on the tackle for the Hurricanes, and that sets up a 2nd down and 5 for the Orange.
Yeah, Gill making an impact. Fran Brown wants to spread the wealth, and getting guys like Gill involved, Pena, we saw Gadsden earlier, LaQuint Allen. He's making this Miami defense be accountable for everybody.
McCord, empty set, looking for Pena again, down the sideline, and Pena, say bye-bye. Touchdown, Orange on the board.
The acceleration from Trevor Pena gets the Orange on the board first, and this crowd is livid. One of the biggest games of the year.
Just simply outruns Jaden Harris. And you're talking about this crowd. It may still be Thanksgiving break, but they're rowdy here in the Dome.
They are, and you see here, it's one of those wheel routes to stop, and then you go around, you want to pull that safety up, which he does. You see there a bad angle from number 7 on Miami, and Pena's gone. Jaden Harris, he's had some angle problems this year. There's one of them in Pena.
There is a flag. We'll see if this is coming back, and it will be illegal formation for Syracuse. Fran Brown looks unhappy with this call.
Yeah, and you just don't want to shoot yourselves in the foot like Syracuse is doing here. You're playing a Miami team with one of the best offenses in the nation, and if you're Syracuse, you need to match that on the offensive end. You can't give up those costly penalties.
Right, I feel like with Miami, Jake, you got to expect to win a shootout if you're going to win, so that is deflating Fran Brown pleading his case still to the referees. So it'll be at the 50-yard line for the Orange. McCord under center. Gill on the end around picks up maybe 3 for the Orange.
Yeah, let's go back to this penalty. It's going to be illegal formation. You see there the right guard, I think, is a little behind. I think that's what they're calling. You got too many guys behind the line of scrimmage. Gadsden, you've got all 4 receivers behind the line of scrimmage, and you're going to get that penalty called all day.
It'll be 3rd and 7, McCord, shotgun. Looks like a jump off sides for Miami. He throws it up to Meeks. Top shelf. Getting the cookie jar. Did Meeks come down with that? He says he did.
Yeah, Jackson Meeks. We'll see what the penalty is here. It looks like it's going to be offsides.
Let's see if the play stands. Looks like it'll be in force on the third down. Meek's catch did not count, but still helpful for Syracuse, 3rd and short.
Yeah, the Orange here, keep this on the ground, or maybe a quick pass to the outside. You want to get this ball out of McCord's hands as quick as possible. I think keeping it on the ground here is a good choice.
LaQuinn Allen, bit of a quiet game so far. Wouldn't be surprised if he got the ball here. McCord, he's going to give it to Allen, and he is stopped. What a statement by this Miami defense.
Yeah,
not easy.
LaQuinn Allen just getting stopped. You don't see that often from an explosive running back, and now you've got a 4th and 2. The analytics say go for it. Joel, I think that they go for it here. I mean, it's going to be a shootout you mentioned earlier, and Syracuse,
decision.
Yeah, big decision. You look at the percentage there. They lead the ACC. You got McCord. Why not?
Not a kicker you can trust at this range either, Jake. I like the call from Fran Brown. Keep it aggressive. McCord in the shotgun. He's looking, and there's Meeks. And Meeks incomplete. Wesley Besaint all over the field and breaks that one up. What a statement early on for this unsung hero, Miami defense.
Yeah, Meeks had the ball, but a great defensive play from Besaint.
Miami up 7-0. 6:47 left. We'll be right back.